Hi folks, my name is Marianne Paiva. I'm a faculty member at California State University, Chico in the Department of Sociology and Multicultural Gender Studies. I want to jump right into what I'm doing. So we're all under this kind of time crunch of changing our classes to online or alternative modalities of instruction for the next few weeks. And so I want to give you some points and tips. Yesterday I did kind of a long video of just introduction for those people who had never seen Blackboard Learn before. And so today I wanted to give you a little bit more in-depth training on what Blackboard Learn looks like and what are some of the things you can do, what are the things I do. I am a face-to-face and an online instructor, a distance education instructor here at Chico State. And so I use Blackboard Learn exclusively for my course management system. And so I know a lot of people use Canvas and other types of alternative modalities for distance education, but we here at Chico State are using Blackboard Learn. And so I want to give you a few little tips and tricks today about Blackboard Learn and what that could look like for you and how you could use it in your alternative modalities in the next few weeks with just a few tips and tricks things. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing crazy. We're not expecting you to be crazy. We're expecting you just to kind of get some, I want to help you get a little bit more different information out there for your students. And so let's jump right in. I'm going to share my screen with you today, and we're going to be using Zoom, which I love Zoom for all different sorts of things, whether it's to collaborate with people or whether it's to do my lectures online. One of the reasons I'm mentioning this to you is because I want to make sure that you all know that your university has some sort of product like this. They have some sort of digital technology that you can do from your office or from your home computer that doesn't have to be big bells and whistles. It's just something that allows you to go online, make some videos like this, share your slides, share your videos with students. And it's pretty easy to do. And so I am using Zoom, and Zoom is tied into Blackboard Learn. And so once I get this video recorded, it will go into my Blackboard Learn environment, and I could share it with my students if I wanted to, or I could download it like I'm going to, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. So I want you to understand that these are all things that you don't have to be a tech person for. You don't have to be this major recording person. This is really easy stuff to do, and I'm going to hopefully get you through a few steps on how to use Blackboard Learn through using Zoom. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. And sharing my screen, I get to choose from a couple of different screens that I have open. And so right now I'm going to go into my Blackboard Learn environment so that you can kind of see what it looks like. And as you can see, we are suspended, right? Suspension of in-person classes until April 24th. So we've got 5 weeks right now, including spring break, where we don't have classes. And so I'm going to do a little bit of classroom stuff right here with you. So these are the classes I teach, and I've been teaching online for quite a few years. I've been using alternative modalities of instruction for probably 14 years. And so I'm not an IT person, I'm not a tech person, I'm just someone who uses Blackboard Learn a lot to do alternative modalities. And so I want to show you one of my classes so you can see kind of what we're looking at and how students are able to go online. Your students will have something similar to this. You have something similar to this, which is a list of courses that you teach. All of these are hidden, don't worry about it. This is the one we're looking at down here, Sociology 363. And this is one of I love this class. I've been teaching it for a long time. And this year I finally turned it into a fully online class. And so this is the student view of Blackboard Learn. And so when they pop in, they can see that this is definitely Sociology of Stress because they're looking at a little word cloud that I created. And then they can go over here to the left-hand side, and this is what's important for you today. This is what I want to show you, is how to create learning modules that will allow you to kind of organize all of your information into a way that is easy for your students to access. and so they can look at it and say, I know this is what I need to do this week and I'm done with it. So it's not confusing for them. So over on the left-hand side, I've created some of these lists of things to do. And the one that we're looking at today is weekly materials. I'm going to pop into weekly materials, and we have these learning modules. And each week in my class is a learning module. You can organize yours by subject if you want to. You can organize it by topic. You can organize it by day if you'd like to. I do it by weeks because we do a 16-week semester, and it's just easier for me to keep track of. And so we have all of these different weeks, and so we'll pop into one of these learning modules, and I'll show you this is what it looks like. You pop in, you have your first page, and students can scroll through all of these different pages either by clicking over here on the left-hand side, table of contents, or they can use a little arrow button right and then left when it shows up to see where everything is going to be, right? What's due. I organize it, I look at learning outcomes, and then I create a to-do list for them, and then I create links for everything in my list for them to do. So how do we create this? I get this question all the time. My colleagues will stop by my office and they'll be like, okay, how do you do that? And so I want to show you how I do that today. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. First of all, let me exit this preview so you know what it looks like completely finished from the perspective of the faculty member. So I'm going to pop right back into that module again. And see now, instead of having to click through it with that little arrow button, you see that it's one long list, right, of journals, of quizzes, of things like that that students need to do. Yeah? Okay. Let's jump into how we do this. And so this is something I've been working on a little bit behind the scenes this morning. I went and I created some documents that have all the information already that is in the module, and now I'm just going to transfer that information over into the module. And so I've been out and I've been creating a couple items and you know, going to websites and things like that, so it's easy for me to access while I show it to you. So anyway, we created this banner yesterday, right, because the blank Blackboard banner has nothing on it. And so we created this yesterday. We also put a syllabus up on the website yesterday. There's our syllabus, right? And then yesterday we also entered grades for a couple students. And so those are the three things that we really did yesterday. And you can see those grades right there, right? So if you want to do that, go back to the other video that I posted yesterday and you can see how to do that in a really long video, but it's there. Okay, so today I want to jump right into how to create course materials, how to get it so that way you are, you can organize your material in a way that is going to be easily accessible for your students. So let's pop back into this course materials link, and you can see this is an automatically generated folder within Blackboard Learn. So our university has kind of this template that they do for us, and this is one of the things that is in that template is this course materials folder with this little overview for instructions thing if you need it. So I'm going to ignore that just for the time being, and then I'm going to go up here to where it says build content, and I'm going to go and scroll down to where it says learning module, right, on the left hand side, learning module. I'm going to click on learning module. And we're headed into week 9 after our spring break. And so I'm going to start looking at week 9. Loneliness is ironically, is our topic for week 9, and social structure. I'm a sociologist, so everything's about social structure. So, and so that's what it comes down to. I could do some really cool stuff here if I wanted to. I could add more stuff. This module explores the connections between the individual, right, and social structure. Right? So we could do that. We could also add a JPEG there if we wanted to. That's what I've done, or I add word clouds, and I do kind of things like that for this area of the learning modules. But right now I just want to kind of keep it simple. Again, the purpose of this is not to create something crazy and fancy. The purpose of this is to get some information out there for you that you can get to your students, because I truly believe that faculty support is student support. And so, so if I can help you get some easy ways to get some information to your students, we're really helping students. So I'm going to permit users to view this content, track number of views. You can do that if you want to or not. You can choose when you want to display it or not. And then show table of contents to users. This is really important. I always click yes on this, show table of contents to users. And I'm going to hit submit. And there's my learning module, the structure of my learning module for week 9. Now I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to delete this overview instructions for this item. I don't need this anymore. I'm good. So I'm going to delete that. Do I want to delete it? Yes, I do want to delete it. Okay. Now we've got this learning module and we need to add stuff to it. So how do we add stuff to it? What do we do here? Well, the first thing I'm going to add to it is I'm going to add an item that is titled Learning Objectives. And I'm going to go out to one of those things, and you're not going to be able to see this just for a minute because I've already created it. And I don't want to flip back and forth a lot with my screen. And so I'm just going to do this out here. I've created already the learning objectives in a Word document, and I'm just going to copy and then paste from my Word document into here. And all I'm doing is hitting Control V. And so I copied from my Word document and I hit Control V once I got into my learning, once I get into that window, right? And I'm going to put here, upon completion of this learning module, students, sometimes it doesn't like where you're thing is, students will be able to understand it doesn't like me there. Yeah, I'm going to bold this just because I like having titles. I'm one of those people that really likes titles, so I'll do that. So learning objectives, there we go. I'm not going to do anything more to this. This is it. Yes, I want to permit users to see it. I want to track number of views. I really don't care. I just want at the beginning of every learning module, you know, an outcome for students to be able to see, and then I'm going to hit submit. So the first thing the students are going to see when they pop into this is a learning objection. Well, learning objections, not objectives. So I made a typo, made 2 typos there. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit it just like that and put objectives. This is what happens on a Sunday morning when it's rainy outside and when I'm in different modes. There we go. So you see how easy it is to go in there? I made a mistake. I can go in and I can edit it at any time. Okay. So that's the first thing. Then I'm going to put in another item. And this one is going to be my to-do list because I want students to know at the beginning of every week, this is what you need to do, right? And so let's do a to-do list. And again, I have created this to-do list this is what your lesson plan is essentially, right, for the week. So my to-do list, I've created it out in the Word doc, and then I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to copy and paste it from the Word doc into my learning module, into my window. Again, I like bolding. I think I want it a little bit bigger so they remember. And then I'm going to make these, keep them small. So I keep them small, but I bolded it. And I think I want those a different color. So let's put them Chico State red, okay? So they need to read. They need to watch. And again, I'm going to bold and make it Chico State red. My next one, I might do K-State purple. As I mentioned yesterday, I do have a PhD, and I earned that PhD from the fantastic and beautiful Kansas State University in Manhattan, Kansas. Shout out to my Wildcat friends there in Manhattan. And here's my to-do list. So I'm going to do something here because I'm one of those people who likes to save everything as I'm going along. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to submit it right now. You see how this just popped up? It's pretty cool, huh? Just popped up. I probably don't need that. So I'm going to go in. I want to do two things here. Number one, I'm okay with the formatting here. It's whatever. It's not interesting, not cool, not shiny, but it's functional. But I don't necessarily like that second to-do list there, so I'm going to delete that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add direct links for all of these items that they need to do, okay? So we're going to edit this again, but now I've saved it in there. So even if I screw up, it's okay because I've got it saved and I can just go back and I can change it. Okay. So the other thing is I have been, so this morning I've been working and I went and I found all of these articles and movies that I want my students to read this week. And so I have them open in a different browser window. So I'm just going to pull these things over into my, I'm going to start looking at them. So I've already got them open in a separate window. I've been doing the work and I'm going to find all these things. So what we need to do here is insert the hyperlink for all of these things. So 3 in 4 Americans struggle with loneliness. Okay, so I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go out and find that article. It's already open, like I said. I'm going to go and I'm going to copy and paste the web address of the article. And then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to highlight the entire title. You see that how I just highlighted it? Just left clicked on it, highlighted it with the mouse. And then I'm going to go over here to this little thing right in the center. You see that where it says insert edit link? Do it right there, okay? And then I'm going to left click on this. I'm going to do paste. Oops, there you go. 3 in 4 Americans, right? I don't need that title because it's already going to be there when it opens up. I've already typed it in there. I have choices here. I can open it in this window frame. I can open it in a new window frame. I can open it in a parent window frame. I usually just open it in this window frame. And I click insert. Ah, I made a mistake right there. Didn't make a mistake. It highlighted 2 things at once. That's okay. We're going to break that link real quick. So now this link will take us directly to that article, and I'll show you how it does that in just a minute. But let's go through the other ones and do more. So this one is the surprising effects of loneliness on your health. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to find that link, which I've already found. I'm going to copy the web address, and I'm going to go back up here to insert edit link. I'm going to again paste, right? Everything is what it needs to be, and I'm going to click insert. Okay. And then the third one, Americans are lonely, are a lonely lot, and young people bear the heaviest burden. Okay, so let's find that one. We're going to copy the web address from the browser I've already got open. We're going to go back here, highlight this, only one of them. Insert the link again. Paste, okay, and then insert. It's fine. Okay, and then I have one more, the Real Campus Scourge. Right. So this one is from the New York Times, and there's a paywall behind it. I encourage my students to, number one, they can get a few free articles every month from the New York Times, and so I hope that they can do it with that one. And then there's a couple other ways that I get it to them, but it's one of those articles that's really good, and we mentioned another thing. Okay, so you see here, I've got reading, all of these things, and again, I'm going to go and I'm going to submit. I'm going to save right now, and then I'm going to come back to this. So you see these are all hyperlinked now, and it's going to take me directly to that article right there, okay? And it's going to do that with all 4 articles. Okay, so next I want to edit it again. I'm going to come back and do edit, boom. And now I want to enter the videos that I want them to watch. And so the first one is my college transition, which is a fantastic video that's on YouTube. And so I really need to do, so we're going to copy the YouTube address in the browser, and then come back here and do the exact same thing. And we're going to do insert, right? Same process over and over for all of these things. Insert. Yes, 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 right? Oops. And then I want to go to Tackling America's Loneliest Epidemic. The same thing happened again, which is another YouTube out there. All I have to do is just copy over that one that I just did, and that'll be fine. And then the last one is, can loneliness kill you? Okay, again, I've been out here doing a little bit of work this morning, kind of finding these things that I really wanted my students to learn. And I'm going to go through here, do it one more time, paste it, and then insert. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And again, I'm going to hit submit. I like hitting submit as I go along. Again, let's check this to see what it was. My college transition. There it is. And it takes us to my college transition. Okay. Okay. So then the final thing, two more things that we need to do is we need to ask them to take the loneliness quiz. So we're going to go through and we're going to edit it again. And I've already found the loneliness quiz at one of my favorite places in the whole wide world, which is from the creators of the fantastic documentary Gen Silent. They're using the UCLA quiz, but it's a little bit more brief. And so I asked my students to take this quiz, which gives them feedback automatically. Again, I'm going to have them do the exact same thing where I do the exact same thing where I insert the link, I hit paste, I hit insert, okay, and then I'm there, right? I also want them to do a reading quiz and a loneliness journal. Okay, so I'm done right now inserting all of these links into my web page, into my Blackboard Learn page. Now it's time to create a couple assignments. So we're going to do that by, I like discussion boards and I like journals a lot, and then I like weekly quizzes. I don't necessarily like big exams. I feel like students get a little bit less stressed if they have these, multiple low stakes exams instead of these big exams. And so to create a quiz, I've already created some of the quiz questions, but I want to show you how to create a quiz in here so that way you can do this. And that way, there's a few different ways you can do it. You can use Proctorio if your university supports that. I'm one of those people who I'm okay. And again, this is one of the reasons I use a low stakes quiz, is because students really, I think, are less likely to try to work in groups as they take exams on a low stakes quiz, like a 10-point quiz compared to like a 50 or 100-point test. And so, they go through and they take this thing. Okay, so let me show you how to do a test really quickly. So we're going to go over here to the course tools on the left-hand side, right? Course tools. We're going to go to tests, surveys, and pools. And again, I have already created some of these questions because I wanted to go in and because I wanted you to see what it looks like on the whole thing. But I also need to add a couple more. So we're going to go in here, and I've already created, you can build a pool. You can say week 10, we'll go week 10. Actually, we'll go week 8, breed questions. This is how easy it is to build a question pool. It's just like this. You go through and you hit submit. And then once you submit it, you can create questions, okay? I've already created this pool though, so we don't need to rebuild it. So this is build pool over here on the left-hand side, just doing that. But we're gonna pop into the week 9 loneliness quiz questions, and we're gonna create a couple questions in here. And again, we're gonna hit edit, do the drop-down menu, hit edit, and then you can see I've already got some questions. And I'm going to add a couple more. And so there's lots of different variables on how to, lots of different types of questions you can edit here, you can add. You can also do find questions. You can upload questions from like a Respondus website application. I go through and I kind of create questions as I'm going through the semester. So I'll create 2 or 3 at a time. So I'm constantly kind of adding questions. I'll finish a lecture and I'll walk in and I'll be like, oh, I need to ask those questions now. So I'll come in and I'll just do a couple questions. I usually do the multiple choice questions or multiple answer questions, and I can do that. And so I already have these questions created. Again, I created them on a Word document, and so I've already got them out there. And I'm just going to, I'll copy and paste them into my Word document. And so, or into my thing. So the first one, so I have a couple rules for how I create questions. Number one is I always include the article title. Because I use so many articles in a week, I use the article title or the video title that I'm going to be questioning about in the title of the title and in the content of the question. So this first one is question 1 from Americans Are a Lonely Lot. So it's question 1 from Americans Are a Lonely Lot, right? And then again, I'm finding my question in my Word document. I'm going to come over here. I just copied it from my Word document, and I'm going to Control V and insert it into my thing. So again, I have the title of the question in the actual question itself. So that way students know exactly where I'm going to ask that. So here's how I try to minimize the amount of group work in taking quizzes. And that is, number 1, I show the answers in random order. So show answers in random order. That means each student who comes in and takes that quiz, they are basically getting, you cannot just sit next to each other and say, oh, what did you get for question 1? Oh, that was A. Because your answer A is going to be different than my answer A. And so show answers in random order, and that's going to help a lot, right? So then I'm going to go through and I'm going to ask I'm going to put in some options. And this is my correct answer. So I'm going to click correct. And then go through answer 1, answer 2, from home. And then the second thing I do here to kind of minimize the amount of group work that can happen, there we go. Okay. So the second thing I do here when I minimize the group work from happening is I do it in the quiz itself. And so there we have the question just popped up. We can see what it looks like, and we can see what the question, what the regular question, what the correct question answer is. So that's how you create a pool of questions for a quiz. Okay. Then we're going to go back to our tests, surveys, and pools. And we're going to create a test based on that pool that we just created. So I'm going to do test. Hold on here. I'm going to delete this so you can't see it. Okay, and then we're going to build the test. Okay, so we went back to tests, and we're going to build the test. We're going to go week 9. Loneliness. Okay. Hit submit. That's all I need to do. That's all I have to do. And then instead of creating questions, I'm reusing question sets, and I'm creating a question set. Okay, got it? So reuse and then create question set. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to find that pool, click on it. Yes. If I want just a few of the questions from here, I'll click on the few that I want. I want them all though. So I'm going to click all of them, which should highlight them all. And then I'm going to hit submit. Right? That's it. Then I'm going to say, I only want each question to be worth 1 point apiece. Again, hit submit. And I want to show, right now it can show, it's saying total number of questions 14 that are available. Number of questions to display is 1. I want to change that to 10. Hit submit. Right? And then that's it. Now I can deploy this in my weekly module, okay? Weekly module, here we go, back to week 9, loneliness and social structure. And I'm going to click on assessments. I want to do assessments and I want to do a test. Look at this, there's my weekly week 9 loneliness test, and I'm going to hit submit. And here's where I do the second part of this, of making sure that students aren't working, or minimizing the ability for students to work in groups. So I'm going to make that available to students. Yes, I can either put multiple attempts or not. I'm not putting multiple attempts. I'm going to set a timer for however long you want to set it. And then I'm only going to make it available for a certain amount of time. So I can choose what time I want it available. And then I'm going to put a due date on it. So I want it in by tonight. They must have it in by tonight. Include test and grade center calculations. You can choose, I never ever let them see their answers once they submitted it. It's only after the grading period ends. After, right? So I'm going to go there after availability, after everything, right? After attempts are graded, after availability, end date. Then they can see what they got correct, right? And then this is the final thing I do, and this is really, really important. I do one at a time presentation, and I prohibit backtracking on my quizzes. So my students cannot sit next to each other again and say, okay, what did you get for question 1? Number 1, their question 1 isn't even going to be the same question, because every time that quiz opens up, you're basically getting a new quiz. And so, and the more questions you have, the more random that quiz is going to be for every single person who takes it. So you make it one at a time, prohibit backtracking, put a lot of questions, and then only choose a few, and you'll get, you know, pretty decent availability, pretty decent shutdown on people kind of trying to do this group work. But again, you make it low stakes, you make it so it's kind of this reading as you go through, you hit submit, and lo and behold, there's your loneliness quiz right there, right? There it is. And so, so you have your loneliness quiz and you have your journal. You have your loneliness quiz and you have your reading, your watching, your quiz. One more thing, I know this is a long video, but this takes a little bit of time to build this, is we want one assignment where they're doing some writing, right? So again, we're going to go back to the course tools on the left-hand side. We're going to do a journal. And we're going to create a journal and do week 9, loneliness, right? I'm going to put sample example because that's what I'm doing for you. And again, I've created this out there on a Word doc already, and I just need to go find it. And so I have it on my desktop, so it's easy access. And so I'm going to go grab it, and I've already created it in my Word doc. And so I'm going to grab it, I'm going to copy from my Word document, and I'm going to Control V onto this, and there's my entire document. I'm going to have to do some editing on it, no big deal. I think I want Arial again, probably let's do 14 point. And then we're going to do a little bit of editing because Word doesn't necessarily go great with this. Okay, so I want to do a couple things here just because I like my bold font. So the purpose of this journal, here's the instructions on this journal, right? This is what you do all day, every day anyway. It's just how do you get to your students in a different way, right? So again, we're going to tie the reading that we've done into the assignments that we're doing and do some reflection on it as well. Every week looks a little bit different in my class, like what types of things they do, but you know, they're reading something, they're watching something, and they're doing an activity on something every single week. So there's my last bold, right? So I went through here, I'm kind of making sure what I do here. This is just my assignments that I would normally assign in class or you know, say, hey, turn this into me in class, but I'm asking them to do it online. That's it. So they're gonna go out, they've already taken that loneliness quiz, they have to come back, they have to read the articles, they have to watch things, and then they have to write about it. So that's it for the journal. So journal availability, yes. Again, we can limit availability if we want to. We're gonna grade it. We'll say it's worth 10 points. We need to start grading it after every one submission, and then we're gonna put another due date on it, and that's it. Let's say Friday by midnight. Okay, and then one more thing we have to go back here and do, because Blackboard for some reason does not do this. We have to copy and paste these directions, don't ask me why, from here to back to where we need them. So we're gonna copy this again. So you're gonna highlight all your assignment guidelines, copy it, and then, right? Then we're gonna hit submit, okay? We're gonna go, see there's our example. We're gonna go back to course materials, back to our weekly module, and then insert a tool, which is the journal. We're gonna highlight it, link to journal, highlight the one we want, and then click next. And see, it does not bring up the directions. So again, we have to Control V, and it just pops them in there. Make this available, track number of views, hit submit, and there's your journal. So, okay, very simple, very basic. This is learning objectives. This is your to-do list, all of your reading, all of your videos, and all of your assignments in one place. One place, it's fantastic. And I had already hyperlinked that, so we can see it takes them right to the quiz, and they get feedback as soon as they do it from the quiz creators. It's right there, and you've got an entire packet for your course that you can do. It took us about 25 minutes. I know it's a long time, but it's doable. It's something that you can do from your home, it's something you do from your office. You don't need any special gadgets. You don't need anything like that. You can use Zoom to even do a lecture, and I might do that later on for you, how to do a lecture with PowerPoint, and so we can do that. But this is what it is. And so if you can get just a few of these basic things, like, okay, how do I put this down, right? Again, we use some things like the learning, when we were in this course, we built things like the learning module, we used the item, and then we use the assessments and all this. But best thing, it's right there for your students. Okay, I've taken up enough of your time. Again, my name is Marianne Paiva from California State University, Chico. I hope this has been helpful. I know there's so many people scrambling right now. Again, if we can support you, then that means we're supporting your students as well. So have a great day. Y'all stay safe, and we'll see you soon.